Hi, I'm Dan Engemann, Director of Regulatory Affairs in Missouri Farm Bureau. As a grassroots agricultural organization, we know that farmers and ranchers care about the environment. However, we also know that many political activists and some government agencies believe that agriculture is to blame for climate change. This can result in some serious government overreach. In this video series, we're going to explore how government mandates can make farmers and ranchers' jobs more difficult without making the positive impact on the climate that the mandates promise. If you've been around Farm Bureau for a while, you've probably heard of WOTUS, the Waters of the United States rule. But if not, let's start at the beginning. In 1972, Congress passed the Clean Water Act. Feel free to pause and read it if you'd like. Basically, it was a total restructuring of water pollution regulations. Ever since, landowners have been caught in back and forth regulations about what is and what isn't considered waters of the United States. Various rules published by the Environmental Protection Agency and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, which together we'll simply call the agencies, as well as several U.S. Supreme Court decisions, have added to the ambiguity. To put it mildly, this has been a very confusing issue for farmers and ranchers for quite a while. In 2015, the agencies issued a WOTUS rule that relied on a significant nexus test to determine if waters were connected to navigable streams or rivers, making them fall under the federal regulations. However, the problem was that often ditches, streams, and puddles after a rainstorm were deemed to fall under WOTUS, and therefore could be regulated by the federal government. When this rule was introduced, farmers and ranchers and agricultural organizations, including Missouri Farm Bureau, rose up and pushed back. During the Trump administration, the 2015 WOTUS rule was repealed and the Navigable Waters Protection Rule, or NWPR, was enacted as a replacement. NWPR gave farmers and ranchers very clear guidelines on what was and what wasn't under federal regulation on their land. This rule was much easier for farmers and ranchers to work with and gave the federal government less power over private lands. However, this clarity didn't last long after a federal district court decision halted the NWPR in the summer of 2021. Following this ruling, the agencies went back to interpreting WOTUS in the same way as they did pre-2015. On December 30th of last year, the agencies published in the Federal Register the 2022 WOTUS Final Rule, or what we call WOTUS 2.0. The new rule doubles down on confusion regarding what waters fall under federal jurisdiction and will likely require farmers and ranchers to hire environmental consultants, attorneys, and engineers to help them navigate the process. This bureaucratic nightmare is a huge expense for farmers. The rule includes vague terms, which can make farmers liable for criminal and civil penalties if they don't report, or if consultants don't find a navigable waterway, which could include streams that only flow after it rains. This complicated rule will also pull landowners' limited resources away from more practical and responsible conservation efforts. While all of this is going on, we are waiting on a U.S. Supreme Court decision on a Clean Water Act case that could significantly affect this rule. Missouri Farm Bureau, other organizations, and over 200 members of Congress have asked the agencies to pause this rulemaking until the court can hand down a verdict, yet they continue to charge ahead. In response to this rule, American Farm Bureau and many other national organizations recently filed litigation in U.S. District Court requesting an injunction. Missouri farmers and ranchers want clean water and clear rules. To the contrary, the administration clearly wants more power and more uncertainty for those of us who work the land and feed the world. Want to know more about WOTUS or what farmers are already doing to protect the environment? Check out our website, MOFB.org. And thanks for watching.